Hello, my name is Griffin Lehman, and today I'll be discussing intimacy differences across sexual orientations. Prior to the current project, I conducted a review of intimacy research, which revealed a trend of exclusion targeting sexual minorities. These studies used restrictive eligibility requirements to intentionally bar queer individuals from study participation. In fact, one study by Barr et al. Dropped non-heterosexual participants from the study due to their, quote, minority status and potentially unique characteristics. Upon further research, I found no study directly comparing experiences of intimacy between heterosexual and queer individuals, nor did I find evidence to support any significant difference between these populations, evidence that might justify the separation of sexual orientations within research. In thinking about intimacy characteristics unique to the queer experience, it's important to recognize the fact that LGBTQ+ individuals may experience various forms of discrimination throughout their identity formation, and that the internalization of such homophobia may be a factor that informs how one experiences intimacy. The current project aims to be among the first studies to quantitatively investigate potential intimacy differences between sexual orientations, and also hopes to illuminate the enduring impact of societal homophobia on the LGBTQ+ community. An online survey was distributed, recording participant demographic information and measuring levels of intimacy anxiety and avoidance. An additional measurement of internalized homophobia was included for non-heterosexual participants. Exactly 50% of the study sample identified as heterosexual. 71% of participants were female, and 57% of the sample were currently in a committed relationship. Results of a two-way analysis of variance failed to provide evidence supporting any significant difference between heterosexual and queer identifying participants. This was the case for both intimacy anxiety and avoidance. Here, the above model represents the process of internalized homophobia, or IHP. Non-heterosexual individuals experience various forms of social stigma and discrimination. These external attitudes may become internalized through socialization and enculturation during development, and may lead to a pervasive sense of self-stigma on the basis of one's own sexual orientation. Results from linear regression analyses provide evidence suggesting a significant relationship between IHP and intimacy, such that higher levels of internalized homophobia significantly predicted higher levels of intimacy anxiety and avoidance. Results of the current analysis build upon previous research, offering quantitative evidence supporting the negative impact of internalized homophobia on queer intimacy. Findings suggest that the interaction between IHP and intimacy may be a significant and truly unique characteristic of queer intimacy. However, this aspect failed to alter levels of intimacy anxiety or avoidance enough to reveal a significant difference between queer folks and heterosexuals. Thus, as of now, there's insufficient evidence for the idea that queer individuals are different enough to be excluded from or separated within research. In other words, the current body of intimacy literature lacks the necessary evidence to warrant researchers controlling for the perceived variance of the LGBTQ+ community. Ultimately, considering how the field of psychology encouraged societal homophobia by classifying homosexuality as a mental disorder, in addition to developing various conversion therapies aimed to unethically change one's sexual orientation, the current study begins a necessary examination of psychology's role in creating lasting negative impacts on the LGBTQ+ community. Thank you.